Okay. So with our sound, like all these vowels, letters, and like they do have a meaning, and which is understood, like the vibrations of them when they come from here are Anishinaabe words. All creation understands that. Like you all probably all hear this word, Danuendaganadok. When people come on when they're talking and then say, what they're truly saying is, well, it's translated to all my relations, hello, all my relations, or, greetings. So, but, what they're actually saying is, everything that has a vibration, see, because of that word in there, Noe, the Noen Daganatok. So everything in life has a vibration. So that's what, like with these, even what they're saying is, like a greeting to everything that has a vibration in life, right down to the insects, the grass, and everything. Because grass and the plant life, they all have vibrations. And this one is just the Noen Daganat. It's my relatives. So with I asked one of our elders, and like, what is that anyway? I said, like a sound wave. I told him like that. I told him. Then I explained, then he just looked at me. Then he says, I said to him, like, oh, Benicio Mokmi kan gibi na davan. Bida shi am the mod bida bedeko do it. Pamani mandagi benin ka. Bida shuni makbishi bram bedeka mida shi bjinagi moshtoatwe ni we baskachi asingego minani himdoek. So what I told him was, like there was a vehicle that blew up in the 2-lane over there, and then they seen it blow up, and then they seen that wave coming like that towards them, and then all of a sudden they heard the sound and the force from the blast. What do you call that? I asked him. Oh, he said, I was there. He said, and he said, Nangabi one. So that's the vibration, Nangabi one, up here, Nangabi one. And then there's 2 kinds of vibrations, Nangabi one and Ningabi one. This one is Ning. Let's think of a heart monitoring. Nangabi, that's the good one. Then the Ningabi is not that good. So all these have the vibrations. Like I know these letters haven't. They just came, like not too long ago, maybe. Like they came out with letters saying, and the Fierro system, and Fierro system is pretty close. But I heard syllabics is even closer to the way the way our sounds are, and but I found these like equivalent in in me with me anyway, because I know how to read them now, and it took me about 2 years to learn these words, or not how to write, I mean. So Karine, anytime if you have a question, I don't mind.
I need Jacob.
Yeah.
You said something about Ningabier. Ningabier, is that like the like the wave you said you can see it? Is that the Ningabier?
That one. Ningabi one. That's the faster one, eh? But when you change that I to an A, that's the smooth one, like the flow. And then it's pretty close to this one here. This one is Ninagabi. But this is usually saying like the west. Like they're talking about the sun. Ninagabi. I see artists do that. Like they put the waves on there, like when the sun is going down, like the energy of it. Well, that's what this is, Ninagabi. So this one is that Ningabi. They're almost spelled the same, except for that G and the glottal. The glottal is where you stop, Ningabi. And this one, Nangabi. Ningabi, Nangabi. And then there's also this one. Penangabi. Well, that's slack. Slack in the, like if you pull the string out and it's taut, then when you let go, then it's like that. That's Penangabi. Nothing to do with vibration, but just how it's looks. So Danuema. So Danuema is my relative. And like we have the same sound. Usually with cousins, you can tell they're cousins because they pretty much have the same voice or the same laugh. So that's what like what that says, The Noema. Enoein, your sound. Enoein. This one is Noe by itself. That's your cheek. So like everything, sometimes when you say words like de, a lot of words have like something to do with the heart. Dengwei, the heart shaped. Dengwei. Denyo, the heart shaped also. So here's a Shikinue. Is a young person who's coming out of puberty, because it says Shikinue, new sound, because their voice is changing. Change the voice. So all these like they have a sound to them, And then this one, Zaziboe, like somebody with like me, a smokers like that, Zaziboe Nama.
Dveshkone, like wheezing na.
Yeah, wheezing sound.
Zazibwe.
Yeah, wheezing sound they make, I put that in there because that's the way I sound, because I'm a smoker. And Zazinoe, that's a little bit different, Zazinoe. Let's say like when you put the wood in the fire, and then you could hear that sizzle in that, And then, Zinoe. So Zinoe. And, like, ever, like with kids, like babies, when when they're crying, and then you go, shh, 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 shh. That's the sound of the sheshegat. That's why they quiet, eh? They remember where they came from.
Sheshegun is a shaker.
Yeah, shaker, the rattle. And then Jaboe. Jaboe is, the sound goes through. Right, let me think there for a second there. Like, this one here, Tpoegan. Other dialects, they call that their pipe. This one is pretty much the same. Traboe and Tpoe. Oh, forgot the Tpoe. So when they smoke the pipe, it's like their thoughts are sent out, and like it makes it through to everything. Like nit poesin, poesin. Poesin. Your words or your thoughts. Your actually your words are, when it reaches the spirit world, they're not solid, and it's a vibration. It's a vibration. Even your thoughts are vibrations also. I'll go into that after with this, the dream catcher. And it signifies something too. It's a real interesting thing I learned. And with listening to all these like I went ni Sundance 3 years. I went to Sundance for 3 years, Rain Dance 3 years, and then a Midewin, for 3 years. And just to hear what they have to say. Then after that, I read the Bible. Then I read The Secret. And then I listened to metaphysics and quantum physics. All these things talk about the same thing. Life, how to live life. And they're just explained differently. And manifestation. Manifestation is over here. This is those swirls, Fibonacci swirl. And this is the Bugone Ishigong. Bugone Ishigong. I think I have that down here somewhere. And we'll jump to that. Oh. That's a cosmos. That's how you say cosmos. Okay, I guess I'll have to write that in. So that's the dark star, the black hole. So I have that here somewhere. And it's, I translated that, what it means, eh? I should have got all these already. I thought I was just going to stick to one, but so like we all. Oh, okay, I can't find it. It's not coming up. Oh, what I do? What I do?
Mego ginach doing.
Yeah, I know this. Hang on there. Okay. Oh. Oh. Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Now, nee,
Yeah,
epichin
any
dom the
questions?
manware, nee.
Yeah, I have
Epichin
some
dom the manware, ganach doing, nee. Whether shh, minware, nee, skiptum, nee. Gobbin jibrik and wing. So like that sound shh, is that our very first sounds of where our language is stemming from? Ni naksha be ni jishe gungi kidian.
Yeah, well, that's a part of it now. So yeah, I found it back. Now I can't find the Zoom. Can't find the Zoom now. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this one is this is the dark star or black hole, they call it. And when you break this up, that says, manifested, where we were manifested. I have to, I've been lucky so far that I work with elders, eh? And I get a lot of words from them, and just by listening to them, and we started up again, eh? So then we are there's a lot of they just, all they do is talk, and then I write the words down, and then the meaning, because the context is there already, eh? And then I'll write a word that like I haven't heard, and I'll write it down. Then I understand what they're talking about, what it means. So I don't know, luxury, I guess, from with the elders. I just can't seem to, I got these, which I can't find right away. Sorry about that. Like that, that bar is in a way where I could just write in to look for it, and it would pop up, but I can't because the bar is there. Eh? Ooh, there it is. Okay, so here's the other one. So this is what I was talking about, this Nangabi one. And then the Ningabi. And then this is an actual photo of the brain. And then this says, you know, like Skakane Sega den Endemoin. That's when you make memories. So this is because of this word in there, Nesse. Nesse is breathing. So it makes the memories, you know, like Skakane den Endemoin. And then this one is retrieving your memory because of that word Jesse. Jesse is walking backwards too, so it's retrieving your memory. So here's that so what it says is Chikenda swin kidwin mekadeozit nang. Mino gego ebinagewi quokasutsat, the gravitational collapse object. Nendamoin enjamachtango gego wiaong, a place where thought becomes energy. Midash madzimgok and begins existence. Nendamoin awan zedekajagan geget gego aong. Thought is the basis of all reality. When the energy you put into thought is very powerful. Thought is the essence of where we are now. It focuses on the thought like a lens and magnifies it. Energy and matter are interchangeable. Energy is converted into matter, therefore you have substance. When the black hole, out of nowhere scientific term, gravitational collapse object. Eh? So with these, the dream catcher is a representation of a lot of stuff. It's not just it's not a, you know, like a dream, eh? Like catches your dreams. Actually, they go way over here. This is what that Gishong is. And these are the swirls, the Fibonacci swirl. The Milky Way represents the Milky Way. And Nanoboshmikan, they call it sometimes, eh? So here's that black hole. So this is also you know, the Earth's electrical grid. So, you know, all these have these, just like this, the kind of spider makes, eh? And then over here, this is the Earth's electrical grid, eh? They call that. And these are, you know, like real, like this is where our memories are, our consciousness, subconsciousness. And so just like a spider, when we retrieve our memories, like let's say the spider is over here, and then when it catches something, these vibrate on the spider web and then tells the spider there's something over there. So he knows exactly where that is. Just like our memory. Mine ain't that good no more. I have a photographic memory, which only lasts 10 minutes. Yeah. So anyways, like it'll retrieve your memory over there, eh? Like let's say the memory is stored over here. So it does go there. And then the scientists, they've been trying to, maybe manipulate this with satellites. But it's all protected though, like from the outside. Nothing can't penetrate it. So for the past couple of years, they've been spraying aluminum oxide. And then so it goes on the ground, and aluminum oxide is a cheap conductor. So the satellites now can penetrate that and then, like bounce it off and then go up towards this, see? So they can manipulate anybody, our minds and stuff like that. Any questions?
I got a question.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about the memories, right? Like say
Yeah.
when you're pointing down to the bottom right, like the spider's down there, but something happens way over there.
Yeah.
Are you implying that
Yeah.
our memories are on the outside of us?
Yeah, like our subconsciousness is. So it's up here, right in the electrical grid, eh? The Earth's electrical grid. So when, like, imagine that, like when you're thinking, you look up, eh? Why is that? So you're trying to retrieve the memory from up there. I see people, like when they're trying to think, they always look up. So that's kind of like an instinct.
That reminds me, like when some guys are trying to, like when we go into ceremony and sweat lodge or whatever, they're trying to catch a song. They always look up and they say, I'm trying to catch it. It's right here. It's right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Even, like that, they call that in the sweat lodge, Nito this one. Let me explain that, see?
Did you say blankets that speak?
No, I said Nito this one. So nowadays they say this is what it used to be.
I know.
So that is what they say now, Madodo Swan.
Yeah.
But this is the way it is said, Nido this one.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
And what did you say that meant?
This is what they say now, Madodo Swan. But this is how it was said before, eh? Nido this one. So what this says, eh? The spirit's belly button, the umbilical cord, eh? Imagine, these poles that are put in the ground, and like they pick up that energy from the earth, eh? And then they connect it to the. Sometimes they'll have 8-point star up there, eh? The way they put it. So this is like an umbilical cord. These poles on the sweat lodge. So that's what it says here. The spirit's umbilical cord. They were having a sweat over here, and I explained this to them, and then, the weird looks I got, eh? But, some, hey, yeah, you got something there. Like, with that, the spirit's, umbilical cord, they understood that, eh? So maybe the first time they heard it. So, and, what else was there?
It's the first time I heard the translation. Midodo, because I always heard Midodo Swit.
Yeah,
I just figured it was a place where you sweat spiritually, that I just kind of interpreted that way.
yeah,
Now I clearly see what it means.
yeah, like the umbilical cord, eh? Once
Yeah.
these poles go into the ground, eh? And then, like umbilical cords all around. I don't know. I've never been, like, I don't know how much poles go into the lodge itself. I haven't counted, but, anybody know?
Ka.
Oh, I'll count them next time.
There's there's 4 doorways, so that's 8 poles. And then there's 4 levels. So it's got to fit all the way around. So probably talking about 2 poles to each level. So unless you get real tall trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Me Medewin na. So
yeah,
Marie, you're talking about the Medewin Lodge na.
yeah. I was talking about the sweat lodge.
The Sweat
Yeah.
Lodge. Congo
Yeah.
Gewe.
Yeah. So this is the sweat lodge.
Ni Jacob, this one, minuwa ni shikidi ni cord, like biblical cord
Yeah.
ko na ni
This, Nina, this.
this one. And this.
Yeah, like then there's more than one. This one. Like if there was two of them, eh? Like two, let's say what is that? If you say, oh, that's these guys, this one, that's their belly buttons, like the umbilical cord where, yeah.
Oh,
So
this translates to just one.
Yeah,
one cord.
Yeah.
Ushmabeshik, there's more than 2, then you would add swan, this one,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Just like if you have 2 babies and, like
Yeah.
twins maybe.
Yeah. And then you
This
get 2
one.
from there, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Nishan.
So who was that asked that? Like good. That was a good one.
No,
That was you, Thomas?
Yeah. I've been around lodges. I didn't grow up with my traditional ways, so but I've been around sweat lodges the last few years, and I feel like there's something missing. And I know that our language gives a like intent, and that spirit and intent of what our language translates things into, right? So it gives a more clear picture of what needs to be done and the sacredness of a sweat lodge, of all these words, the vibrations, all that good stuff, That's why I was asking about the thoughts you were talking, or the memories you were talking about earlier, because to me, I've heard of like memory and blood memory and things like that, but I want to have a visual picture inside of my head that, that when I talk and share and everything else, that it's absolute truth.
Yeah. So this is speaking of blood memory, this is it right here. Pushaswin. So with it's they always say Pushasa, like they pick up something from let's say my mentor, he said, you know, the Pujaza Maba Bemoinoxat. Ich bin bo I don't know Masin Wesin. Said this pregnant woman is gonna pick up something from the animals if she watches them. Well then he said, because that happened to my granddaughter, he said, eh? So I told her when she was pregnant, don't look at those animals. But she did. So she was looking at a raccoon and then climbing on top of the tree. And then this raccoon fell down and then started convulsing, eh? From the drop, eh? Then her child picked that up. Ipojaza. The unborn child picked that up, eh? As in blood memory. Well, then the child started having, you know, seizures, eh? To this day. So with the pregnant woman, you know, like, don't look at dead animals or anything, or even look at the animals, because, you know, you're gonna pick that up. That's what this means, this Pujaza as blood memory. There's a lot of these words that, you know, like come to me when somebody talks, you know, like about something, then, you know, I'll write it down right away because it triggers my memory too, eh? So when I first started with these words, we're talking about the thunder beings, eh? Like so this is what the elder said for continuous lightning, eh? So continuous lightning, abdas konese nimki. So then I told the elders I say that differently. This is how I say it. I told him abdaje senimki. Oh. Continuous lightning also. So then they asked me, so what's the difference then? Is it just you know, because you're from a different part of the reservation here? I said no, that's not it. I said, you know, because, you know, these explain, you know, like what lightning does. This is the thunder beings breathing down, I said, eh? The Nese part of it. Nese is breathing. And then this one is Jese. It's the lightning going backwards, going up to the sky. And then so I looked that up. And then at that time, maybe this was about 5 years ago, I started with these. So it must be 30 years now that scientists have just found out about this. That does happen, you know, like it comes from the ground and then it goes up. So these Nishnabek, they were really smart, eh? Because of, you know, these words they passed down to us, eh? Like and I kept talking about these all the time, every little place I go, you know, and my girlfriend says to me, you know, like, why don't you find some more words? I guess she getting tired of, you know, listening to the same old thing, same old two words. Why don't you find some more words? He said, you know, like, don't be a one trick pony, she says. So with that, you know, like manifestation, eh? Like, so Bido and modest. So Cynthia probably heard about this too. Keokit kewe, kabido and modest. Don't say that. You call that
Mm.
upon yourself. So
Mm.
what's this? Be the way, modest. The sound of life is coming because of what you said. Like this thing works. This is karma we're talking about here. And like it'll either be good or bad. Depends on what you say or do. It's karma, good or bad. Oh, there's my little boy here. Just got back from Sudbury. Ano yung business?
Mm.
So, now. So, lost track now. Karma. And
Kego kit kewe ma kego na nen man kewe bido wen modest ishpen. So like thinking thinking or saying good or bad thoughts or bad words, then that karma is gonna come back to you.
yeah,
It could be the opposite. Go get ni ishben if you have good thoughts, might get good words towards, like our Ouija Bimatsujikna, our fellow Nishnabek or fellow, like people, then that'll come back to you.
yeah. So I kind of like with this word, kinoomaagzidaa. That's like we just understand that as like teaching, eh?
Yeah,
Like
teacher.
to teach someone. So we were asked to
Ni-
me and a friend of mine were asked to translate like land-based learning. So we came up with a long word, eh? Long definition for it. So then they brought it back to us, and then they said that's too long, because we can't even say that. So well, we came out with 2 words, and then they said, "Can't you just find 1 word?" Yeah, okay. Let's see if you understand that then. Kinoomaagzidaa, real simple. So this is what it says. Eke nooma. See, the earth is saying this is what you do. The earth tells us what to do. Mother Nature. I heard a hunter say that, yeah. Yeah, a hunter was saying that to me. Yeah, the earth, okay, Mother Earth, and then nooma. Nooma is like the sound it makes. Nooma. That's one of our like I heard one elder say that like be careful when you go to Wikwampung. God no moko de no oma oma. A different dialect. What is the dialect the earth has? Eke nooma. Do what the earth says, like Mother nature, I guess, like it tells us when to go hunting, pick berries, stuff like that, eh? When to pick birch bark, when not to go outside. Ever notice, kids, they're attracted to water. They want to go outside when it rains because they came from water. They're still attracted to that thing. Wait, let me get a drink here real quick.
Ni gasha bigivido Jacob. So like how I broke down that kinoomaagzidaa ni ke the kinoomaagzidaa washa bimatsing. So like that's how I broke it down. The Mother Earth is our teacher. So like it teaches us, like our teachings. our way of living, no, and just like what you said,
Yeah.
you know, like it shows us, you know, like if it's when it's time to pick the berries, harvesting, no, you know, I get a time to just settle down and bibongo na, like just settle down and get ready for, you know, like the new growth that is gonna come na.
Yeah.
Ke Kweji kinoomaagzidaa na.
Yeah. So this is what I was told when I was small. Sigaki. And I'm Bear Clan. And this was my grandmother that used to say that. He said, come hibernate. Time to come inside and hibernate for the night. See, this one is the kinotoa. Kinotoa is you know, you mimic somebody, what they say. But I was talking to this elder, and then you know, like he's really adamant about, you know, these words that, you know, like it only means one thing. It only means one thing, you know. Then I said to him, you know, like you told me one time that you know, you go out and talk to the trees. He said, yeah, I do. And then so you repeat what they say to you and tell people? He said, yeah, I do. Oh, and then he said, "Gata no toa." I told him, "Gata no toa omtik." You're quoting the tree? I said, yeah. He said, well, this is what you're doing then. Eke no toa. You're quoting the earth. Kino toa. So it's just a, you know, like we translate that now as a, you know, like mimic or sound like the other person. But you know, actually this says, you know, a lot, eh? I'm quoting the earth or shkakamikwe. A lot of this one is a kinochige. Jesus. Sundogs. So what this says is actually you know, like the earth and the sun or the moon, they're having a premonition together. Nochige. Nochige is premonition. Nochige, the sundogs. Because you know it's gonna be cold, so that's the premonition they have, eh? This one is you know, like with vibrations, eh? Like when you go up, when you go down, you're vibrating at a different sound wave, eh? So this one is Nissan Dwe. So Isa, then that's you know, like down, eh? And then this one Andwe. Andwe, changing tune. So we have a call that clinic here. This is what it's called, Nandwe Chige Gamik. So it's a clinic, eh? But the word is in there, eh? Like Andwe Chige, changing your tune, changing your vibrations. So non-Deutsche by itself is healing, because you're changing your vibrations, when you're healing. Non-Deutsch is healing yourself. You're changing your own vibration. Non-Deutsch, you're healing somebody, and then you're on-Deutsch, changing their vibration, especially with like the shaker, you can change somebody's vibration with that. Even the drum, there.
Mm.
So you go onto like what I said about the vibrations, the good one. This one is the bad one. So you go at that. The love vibration is at 5.8 megahertz, and I heard a lot of musicians are tuning their instruments to that level. Love songs. I heard like on YouTube, I looked up like I typed in the sound of the earth, vibration sound of the earth, and when I listened to it, then it sounds like birds chirping. I told somebody about that, and then they heard different, something else. I forget what they said though, but it's not bad, but they heard a different sound, so that must be like with me when I translate words, like the way I feel will reflect on my words, like tomorrow I would translate a little differently and then explain these a little differently also. Depends on your vibration at the time, so if you've got good vibrations, you're. Oh yeah, that reminds me of maybe some of these people are old enough to remember the old hippie days. This guy there, when he's smoking up, he says, hey, I feel your vibes, man. He was telling the truth. They're feeling the vibrations of everybody else, like hey, yeah. I remember that when I talked about it just popped up in my head. Yeah. So we're
Nee,
yeah,
Jacob, Kadebwego Ekidin, you are so right, nee, what you just said about nee, P onso kadman nee, the wenanong na, when
yeah,
you're translating our sounds, it could be different the next day. So like with me, like I do lots of translating or getting nasak now, so I do lots of translating
yeah,
and like the next day when I look at my translations, migo, it's like, oh, that's not what I wanted to say. Like, yeah,
yeah,
no, that's not what that means,
yeah,
So yeah, so I ne the moshton go. So I do feel, like our language within us. No, it's not just a language. Migo, like that's how we were created is through, like the sounds. Yeah, so I just wanted to share ni
yeah,
pigi kedidwe beyond kes doing ni noch ganage go na kan go ni the ganom dan my ga the shunun dan wo bang pi mi no ganom the man na so
yeah.
yeah.
Even like some people will correct you because they're vibrating at a different level also. And then they'll comment on your post, and you know, should be said this way. Then I always think, well, when you write it your own way, because this is the way I feel at this time. Yeah. So I try. I don't do that too. You know, like I don't correct anybody on there, and you know, like, yeah, that's their way. You know, like that's how they feel at the time, eh? So I can't change how they feel. It's up to them. I do a lot of these. You know, they message me a lot. You know, like to do some translations, and some of them I don't understand. Now they don't include the context. Eh? They just one word. With me, it's my personal is you know, like I my personal policy is you know, not to do Schnabe Noswins, eh? Schnabe Noswins, because I'm not, like, they message me for you know, translation on those, and I said no, I don't do those. So, but and they get offended, eh? Then I asked them, where did you get that name? Well, I got it at the ceremony. Did you give tobacco? Yeah, I did. So if you gave tobacco, you're still looking for your name in the Schnabeman. That person you gave it to is supposed to give it to you in the Schnabeman, because the tobacco is the contract that he, you know, signs when he picks that up, and his job's not finished yet. Go back there and tell him that your job's not finished yet. You're supposed to give me that in the Schnabeman. They get really upset about that, though. So this is Cosmos, eh? I heard it. Now we're in. So look at that, eh? Now it's you know, like your sound is fixed, kind of thing, eh? Now we're in. Now we're in. So what that says to me is where your vibration is fixed, you know, like when you're a spirit again. So this is where we go when we die as a spirit. And I asked, what does that mean? Heaven? No. Well, the closest I could come to explaining it in the way you would understand is happy hunting grounds, he said. But that's not it either. That's the only way you would understand it. That's why I'm saying that, he says, but that's not it either. It's kind of like that, he said. But then he asked me, what is your interpretation of this then? He asked me. So then I was looking at it. So then I changed this one, the K to the G. So then, you know, I came up with this one. There. There. Kabe Sasing. So where your heart soars forever. Your spirit, I told him. Then he just looked at me and smiled. So that kind of says to me that he agreed with me. Where your spirit soars forever, I told him. Teshkabe Sasing. Igade, that's your heart. Gabe, and then that's kind of like forever, to the like to the end, to the finish line. Like right now, if somebody was on here, they would say Gigabe, yeah, till the end. So this is the energy that we possess, Makade. So God's particle. And it's also called the Higgs boson particle. But this part is, like when Mokade is dark, dark energy. So when you look more into it, you will find something else. That's the law of nature. Look and you shall find. Seek and you shall find, it says. So if I were to look deeper, yeah, I would find something else in there, like in some more particles. The atom. This here is smaller than the atom. They kept looking after they found the atom, but they kept looking, and then this is what they found. This one here. So we call that Mokade. So I think it's more than like smallest probably particle is small, so probably more smaller than the Higgs boson particle. So
Why would they call it dark energy?
well, that's what it says there, eh? Mokade is black, eh? So when you take the A out, Kade, it's a black, eh? Mokade. So when you go like fasting, eh? This is what they say. Mokade ke. So like you're actually what you're doing is when you're fasting is rebooting your immune system, eh? That's like pretty much going back to like everything, every like your stomach is there's nothing in there, eh? So that's why you boost your immune system, eh? And they actually put the black ash on you, eh? On yourself. The ashes from the trees, eh? And then like energies like these things possess is like they could probably like two of these could probably light up a whole city when they're used right, like the atom, eh? How many? One Hiroshima destroyed in Hiroshima, one atom. Yeah, it's powerful stuff. So trying to look for some more words here.
Bungish
any more questions?
Jacob.
Uh-huh. even we carry a dream catcher all the time. Right there. Look at that, eh? That's the black hole.
Hmm.
Right there. The electrical grid. There was like a lot of energy in this black hole. Like when a planet is pulled in there, it spins in there like that, eh? And it's crushed down to microscopic size. But our thoughts and our dreams, they're not solid. They still get pulled, but they fly off after it. Only thing that pulls in, it's getting pulled in, is something that's solid. But our thoughts and our words are not solid. So they spin, and then that's when they come back, and then they come back as bidoe modis karma. So this guy, this is like the black hole also. So this is in Africa. They call this the Taurus stone. And so there's a lot of energy that comes out over here, eh? Both ways. So he tried, he was gonna bring this out, and then when he took it to, when he was going through the airport, the X-ray went berserk on this thing. But then he said the guards, like they were pointing guns at him. But then he told him, I have the Taurus stone in there. He told him to open it up, and sure enough, that's what they seen. And then the guard said, oh, okay, you're free to go. Because they know what it is, eh? So there's a lot of energy that comes through here. Then we also got the same thing right here. So when the word says it, nedo, spiritual pebbles, or menes, like these things here, beads, spiritual beads.
Migeni pananjum minomneskel.
Yeah.
So this is why I beat all the time, because I find my balance now. Like it doesn't matter how my day went. If I had, like a rough day, I go to my beads to have my balance now. I'm like, if I had a good day, then I just bead faster.
Yeah. Even though, like this is your thoughts, eh? And this is what I was talking about, your subconsciousness. So right there, it says it right there, Nandamoin. We go forget, eh? That's because they're way up here in that, call that the electrical grid. Nandamoin, subconsciousness. The Nandamoin. There was another word here that I had a fascination with. All of them anyway, but let's see. I guess I'll have to write it down. So, whoops. Nandamoin. So this is thinking. And is it on? Or can you see that? Or I didn't share it. Okay. 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 Okay, now, right there, nanagadewa in the morning. This is just thinking, you know, like thinking real hard. But what this actually says is, you know, like the nanak is right here. Nanak gatik, right in the middle. And some people will say third eye. But, you know, it's actually using both hemispheres of the brain, logic and emotion. Nanak. And then this is your heart. Logic, emotion, the heart. With the mind, eh? So this is what you're actually doing when you're nanagatawa in the man. Nanagatawa in the man. Dewa in the man. So, logic, emotion, heart is what you're doing. Okay, what's any questions? There's a lot to take in, eh? I know some
So if you
people,
have
you know,
any
like
questions,
if you have a good thing, you know, like you join by yourself. If you have a, you know, a fluent speaker beside you, you're not gonna get anything. You know, they're gonna be too busy trying to explain it their own way. That happened to me a lot of times, eh? Like when I try to listen to a speaker, then this guy beside me, oh, mumbling away there. No, this is the way you say that. You know, like, this is what that means. So I don't even get to listen to nowadays. You know, when I'm at a workshop, I'll go sit way in the front, and these guys they don't follow me. Then I get to listen to everything that's being said. Eh? So keep that in mind when you're going to listen. You know, don't take a fluent speaker with you. Leave him behind over there. You know, go sit over there, tell, because I don't want to listen. Because you have to approach this with an open mind. Because if the fluent speaker is there beside you, you're gonna be too busy. You know, like listening to this person and trying to listen over there. So you're not gonna get anything out of that. Eh? So it's my advice anyway. You know, like because I lived it. Even though I'm fluent, and I still wanted to hear the person, but this guy is too busy explaining his way. So I should have told him, I'll listen to you after. Make your own. I want to listen to this guy. So piece of advice. What's
Nishan? Meanwhile, Jacob.
Me see, now it's 8:22. So
Yeah. So does anyone have any questions or comments for Jacob? We'll kind of leave the floor open right now. Or sharing, you know, like maybe something triggered when the sounds were mentioned. I see Carolyn just message on chat. Really appreciate your sharing. This is so wonderful. Chimigwech Gikera. Miigwech Carolyn. Binaya Candice. I appreciate this. Smiley face. Miigwech.
So I got a question.
yeah,
So the going back to that last one you talked about, the
Nanagdewendam. Yeah,
yeah. So you're saying that's the middle. So you're using both emotion and logic, is that what you were saying?
yeah, and the heart also.
And the heart, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Miigwech.
See right here, the Nanak is that talks about the Nanak Gatik, you know, like right in the middle. That says right in the middle. And then when you break it up over here, and it says your heart, gede. Tama gede, windam, endam. So your, logic, emotion, and the heart. Like I should sit there and naked, like think, the thinker. Who's April Fools over there? Oh, Christina, peasant. Honey, Christine.
Oh,
Ani,
Ani Christine.
Ani. Kidebnan abana ga kwech machine.
Eh, gidep nanga.
Kidebnan. Oh. Jack, when is kedangwa hitchhiker.
Adoi, is no guy. Hitchhiking, we only just no guy.
Ato we mageni ina. Masya sige pumpkin ma.
O cosa.
Kabus na doon.
That's a private joke. Yeah. The ending of it. I need Terry DeBossigate. Terry DeBossigate is a good friend of mine. I don't know, he's stalking right now, I guess. Not Terry. Yeah. Oh.
Kimoch. Anisha Shakidim was stalking. How would you say that? Ki.
Well, the
cause.
Yeah. I heard a joke on here with these Nishnabek on here, and then they said, what do you call an Inuit peeping Tom? And they say, I don't know, what do you call him? Tommy took a look.
Yeah, I'm done. Go get new Facebooking. Top.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, those guys sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, me watch Terry for that message there. Terry DeBosky. Me and Terry go way back. So I just speaking of manifestation, here so this one I picked up at this was in 2012. This is an affirmation, eh? And so there was like these were at the arena, and there was lots of them around, eh? But then we were told, go get one if you want to take one home. So then everybody got up right away. Then this thing was over there by itself, and then I picked it up. So then what it says is the Buddha. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to yourself and others. So this was 2 years before I started my job. Then it was 2 years after I realized this was still hanging on the wall, like before I would go outside, then I realized that, hey, that really talks about my job of manifestation. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to yourself and others. And I was thinking, wow, because I really love my job, because I have a lot of fun. I was told, like, because I don't have any credentials, like teaching credentials or anything, then I was told, you're not a teacher. I said, no, I'm not. I said, and neither were my parents, and neither were my grandparents. But I certainly know more than that indigenous professor coming out of university. I said, So, prove my point, I went and spoke in front of Laurentian University over here up in Sudbury. And I said the exact same thing to them, like, not a teacher. You're not a teacher. And I told them, and I apologize. And then they said, don't be sorry because you're right. They told me, so right on, I thought. So anyways, that was a compliment I received over there with the professors. So anyways, I really love my job and everything, and it's I don't really consider it my job, a job. That's why I like going to it. Every morning I'm early, and I'll do stuff like this too, just to share. And I go above and beyond, what my job calls for. And but the only thing I don't do is Snabe nosewinds. That's the only thing. Anything else, I'll translate for you if you ever want any translation. I can be reached at the band office. Just ask for Jacob Wemigwans, and then they'll put you in contact with me right on the phone. So,
And that would be Wikwam band office.
So yeah, and Schnabeman department, Schnabeman department, and we have a lot of some more speakers over there, and like and we started another it's a Mushkin Nishnabemwe Nagamik, and it's for kids, and elders are like taking care of these kids and speaking to them in Nishnabemwe. So this one is half and half, like English and Nishnabemwe, and then we have one like another place, and then that's where like it's full Nishnabemwe, ain't no English allowed. So I like going to that one and like speaking, and then I almost like blurred out something in English sometimes, but I catch myself. That's why I like going there. So I want to speak all Nishnabemwe. So it's fun, like if you try that, like try and speak every word in Nishnabemwe. And I love doing it. So keeps me busy and young. So next month I'll be 66 years old. So
Still a young one.
I'm getting fat though. I'm getting fat. Because all I do is just walk from here to the car and then go to the office and then walk from there to my desk. And then I do workshops, and there's a lot of good food, lots of good cooks. Earlier in before I started work, I challenged myself to go to workshops in 1 year. from December 31st to January 1st of the following year. So I went to 203 workshops in that year. So there was more, but I was lazy to go. So I would push myself out the door, and, like, so then I always tell this joke, I said, I gained a lot of knowledge and 30 pounds. Good cooks. Okay, it's 8:34. So no questions?
I just wanted to say thank you, Kweji. My hope is to get better at the language. I was fortunate enough to take the language 3rd grade through 9th grade, and then got lost, and I only bungie.
Yeah.
So, and my children only know even less. So I'm hoping to have the language more spoken in my home so that they can carry it forward.
Yeah, good for
So
you. And like do sleep learning. Like put some headphones on and put Nishnabemon on. Because that's what I did with metaphysics, and quantum physics too. And then I just put the headphones on and then go to sleep. I was amazed what came out of my mouth after a while, Like, where did that come from? Like I know, but I really don't know where that came from. But then I was thinking that's where it came from. Like the sleep learning. So,
Jacob, can you recommend any kind of, I guess, podcasts or any kind of places for me to listen to consistent
yeah,
Anishinaabe?
BarbaraNolan.com. She's got a lot of videos. So
Yep.
just go on YouTube and then then you'll like those videos saying I don't know how many she's got, but they just keep going and going. So we usually play that for my little boy. So I was Barbara Nolan was teaching one time, and then she noticed me on there too, my name, and she was stuck on a word, and she's standing there, with her back to the monitor here, and then she yells out, "Not the motion, Wemigwans." Help me, Wemigwans, she said, because she was stuck on a word. Never laughed at that. Yeah, I like going into other.
Minoga Nowen Gamek podcast. So that's another one that you can look into. I will put it on chat.
Yeah, I spoke there too. Well, and I think I did 2 stories. I talked about
and so I did.
I talked about my my first time seeing the pines, the little people. I can tell you one right now, like not the little people, but what I was told one time. So, and I'll say it all in Anishinaabe. So this is what my friend told me. He told me this in English too, but it's pretty easy to do in Anishinaabe. Okay, here goes. Give me wikijine go each cake. I'm bando together the go. Na how the nactus misha imagida banong auditioning. Te go king imagine go. Mina say in a work to what. Kakandosanda. Udini kango go ni bimskoza menga besha nashko ni. Washkesh. Na how the nactus keda. Misha no mokshongi babi chige mana up to the gison. Mi the mouth and tashkamek ni te. There's a up te kude. Misha running an askedes non den end up better. Misha the gijan keda. Oh, how could I need? Oh, je skode test no. You will be smokse no keda. Mi just ni. Oh, my was ni. Me web kwene keda mi I was out den kene to way keda. Oh, pro mission keda. Mi git up on the mouth keda man the nikke angine nan keda. Dus zo gijo in nek keda. I was mokse no keda. Gigan on the one this way keda. Ani shuni. One is gewe anyway. Kai gabe ganas tos nonem. I got on snavem sim. Geek so keda. Mi da shuni. Oh, dus na ga das nik kan go gi so menjemenat. Geek das keda. Ke go kaminen. Mi na da ma win gi ni do entige. Mi se o gi beget nak keda. Giden go na go keda. Mi se pini an ni pak up te keda. Mi se gi am na mingot. Man da nega nak keda. Mi se gi da pa nak go keda. Mi se go na bi an mi je wash kesh na ni with giving dag no adas. I tak no am barkes op keda. Ni da se keda. Gib shigi benada so keda mi se go se gi na gib ko na keda. Gi go na se keda gi na da e go i de kwe. Mi da se ani gia me show me go da ba ma to gi na ndap keda. Mi da so de eni bini ken so gi da ba ma to ga so e bzi keda. Mi veni na ude we go ni min go ni je bo da ba je bo ne da ba so baka ke ba bischen dikten shem song ni ke ra te gondas mi da se ni I ke ra to de I veni ni sandre na vi ma de bet pa da so mi da se ni I ja so na I se ni se no mo at ne na min na mi da se in dag ne ke ne ke I be sa ge na pe se ge ke na sap gi jo e bes te go ni I'll talk, I'll speak, tell you in English now. So this guy said, his friends asked him to go hunting. He said, okay, I'll go with you. So he said, he dropped me off. And then he said, we'll go around that way and then we'll chase the deer this way towards you. So he said, okay. So we waited there maybe about half an hour. And he seen some smoke coming out from the ground. And he was thinking, oh, a fire? Well, better go check it out. So he went over there and he looked at that. That wasn't a fire. It was just a puff of smoke. Then all of a sudden, a great big hairy hand come out, he said. So he took it. And he said, it was nice and warm. But no smell to it, he said. So, and it spoke, and it said, I don't understand what you guys say anymore. Don't even speak your language. Don't speak Anishinaabe. We call you the one that holds the sun. That's him that's holding that spotlight at the nighttime. That's all he told me about this. Because there was probably more that he didn't want to get into. So he said, so this thing said, the one that spoke to him, it says, I'll give you something to help you hunt. So then the smoke just, went away. And then on the ground, there was a little feather, well, that small. So he picked that up, and then when he was looking at it, right beside him was a deer. We put that in his pocket, picked up his gun, then shot it point blank, so he skinned it and took the guts out, and he left it there. He hung it up for that, whatever it was that talked to him. Well, then he went home and then, like, oh, I gotta go tell my grandpa, he said. Well, then he went over there and he told his grandfather, and, as soon as he got to the feather part, he said, oh, just wait a minute, I gotta go upstairs. I'll come right back down. You could finish your story. So he went up and then came back down and then sat. Okay, finish your story then. But then he finished up and then he showed him that feather. That's what I got, he said. And the grandfather put his hand in his pocket too and had the feather too. He said, that's the same thing that happened to me, he said. Oh, that's what he told me. So, wow, I thought, so all the spirits, whatever level, like whatever level the spirits are at, like they do hear us when we speak our language. Like dimensions, whatever dimension they do hear. Good.
Now, Miigwans Jacob. That's not even a ne. So thank you to Jacob for giving us a lot of his teachings. Now, so I'm guessing that no one has any more questions, or if they do, now's the time. Ich bin the sky. If not, then our next Kweji kinoomaagzidaa session is on August 6th. Same place, same time, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe you'll have more questions
put that
at
in
that
your
time.
calendars.
Yeah, you'll have more questions at that time.
Yeah.
Absorb everything.
Now, so again, I just want to say chimi gwachmi noa to Jacob. Gibikin my game be anish mi noa in Zoom. How do you say Zoom?
Mi sa money binige ateş
Poppy skok. No.
binige ateş jigan.
Binige ateş jigan. No how. Now, so we will see Jacob again on August 9th. Niksha, August 6th. Ganjira. August 6th, 7 o'clock. Now.
Now.
Chimi Gwetch Jacob.
Now, mi gwetch kegi no gawi